Students, welcome to our civics class. With the last video, we had started our first chapter of civics, that is Introduction to the Parliamentary System. In this lesson, we learned about the three important branches of government, those are legislature, executive and judiciary. We also learned about the two main types of government. First is parliamentary system of government and next is presidential system of government. With the last video, we have understood the meaning of parliamentary system of government and its characteristics. In today's video, we will learn about the functions of the parliament and why India adopted parliamentary system of government among the presidential system of the government. So let's begin with the today's video. Functions of the parliament. Now, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers is responsible to the legislature for all their actions and policies. It means that Council of Ministers has to work with legislature and therefore it is called as the Prime Minister along with the Council of Ministers. Now, Council of Ministers, I told you last time the various ministers we have. We have Health Minister, we have Education Minister, we have Agriculture Minister, Defense Minister, all of them are called as the Council of Ministers. So, the Prime Minister along with the Council of Ministers together forms our legislature. That means the people who make rule for us are called as legislature. So, the Prime Minister along with the various ministers together make rules for the country. The Prime Minister and Council of Ministers is responsible to the legislature for all their actions and policies. That means, I just said just now, the Prime Minister along with the Council of Ministers, they have to make rules for the country and therefore they are called as the legislature because legislature are the people who make rules for the country. Therefore, the Council of Ministers, various ministers of different respective fields, for example, education field, agriculture field, defense, etc. These are called as the Council of Ministers. So, they have to discuss their plan along with the Prime Minister and together they form the legislature. That is, they make rules for the country. So, the Prime Minister along with the Council of Ministers is responsible to the legislature for all their action and policies. That means whatever new rules or new laws come, who is responsible for it? The Council of Ministers and the Prime Minister. And therefore, they are called as responsible system of government. That means they are actually the people who run the government, who make rules and laws for the country, and that is the reason they are called as responsible system of government. That means among the three branches that we learn about legislature, executive and judiciary. Among them, legislature is known as the responsible system of the government. Now, decisions taken by any minister or department is considered as decision of the government. That means whatever decision is taken by these ministers along with the Prime Minister, it is termed as decision of the government and it is the final decision. Nobody can change the decision. It is taken by the Prime Minister along with the Council of Ministers. The entire Council of Ministers is responsible for the decision. Okay, so the Council of Ministers plus the Prime Minister is responsible for the legislature, whatever new rule or law is made in the respective field. Therefore, it is called as responsible system of government. Now, decision taken by any minister is considered as decision of the government. I just said just now, whatever decisions the Council of Ministers take along with the Prime Minister, it is decision of the government. Nobody has the right to change the decision which is passed by the Prime Minister along with the Council of Ministers, and therefore that is called as a collective responsibility. The meaning of collective responsibility, why? Because the minister plus the Prime Minister together collectively make decisions for the country. Therefore, they are called as collective responsibility. That is, it is the responsibility of the Prime Minister along with the Council of Ministers of the country. So whatever new rule or law they have to make sure or they have to think thousands of time on it, and that is how they can change the law, and therefore it is called as collective responsibility. Council of Ministers remain in power till it enjoy the support or confidence of the legislature. Now sometimes what happens? There are some ministers who are involved in corruption or rishwat lena, okay? And if any other minister is against such things, if the minister is caught taking rishwat or doing corruption, the other members of the legislature have total right to take him out of the position if that particular minister is not doing his work proper or if he is involved in any such kind of corruptions, and that is called as the no confidence motion. That means if any of the minister among the council of ministers is not doing his job properly, the prime minister has full right and authority to take him out of the position, and that is called as no confidence motion. That means the council of minister or any other minister who is there, he can enjoy the post until he does all his work on time, or rather he acquires the confidence of the people. If he is not doing his work proper or if he is involved in any such kind of corruptions, वो रिश्वत लेता है, then the prime minister along with other ministers, they have the total right to take that particular minister out of his post, and that is called as no confidence motion. It is an effective tool in keeping check over the executive. Now, if any minister, he knows that if he is doing something wrong, if he is involved in corruptions, the prime minister can take him out of the position, and therefore he keeps it in mind. He makes sure that he does it work on time, or he does it responsibly, and therefore it is one of the effective tool to check whether all the people are doing their work or no. In parliamentary system, the legislature is a supreme institution. Okay. Now the word supreme means something great, the highest. So legislature, as I said just now, whatever rules and laws are made for the country of India are made by the prime minister and along with the council of ministers, and therefore the legislature is one of the important part of the Indian parliament. Why? Because legislature actually make new rules and laws for the country. Parliament discusses issues related to public welfare. Notice public welfare, everyday business, for example, transport. People don't get food to eat, they don't have place to stay. So whatever people's problem they have, it is solved by the parliament. Okay, so therefore it is one of the important and crucial part of the Indian government, that all the public welfare, public problems, they don't have food to eat, they don't have jobs, they don't have proper transport facilities, all this is called as the public welfare. So public problems are solved in the parliament, it is discussed in the parliament, and therefore it is called as the supreme body, because public or citizens are first preference to the government. So it is the thing that over here is the parliament, and over here the problems of people all over the country are discussed, and therefore it is called as the supreme body, or the highest body, important body of the parliament is the legislature. Now, why India adopts a parliamentary system of government? Now, we have selected among the two systems, parliamentary system and presidential system. India has selected the parliamentary system of government. Why? Let us get the reasons here. The parliamentary system of government in India is a product of freedom movement. Now, all of us know that India was ruled earlier by the Britishers. When the Britishers was ruling, they used their system which was there in England. England followed a system of parliamentary system of government. So, when Britishers were ruling the country of India pre-independence, Britishers used something called as parliamentary system of the government in India to rule India, and that is the reason the system was developed during the British rule. So the system of parliamentary system of government has deprived from the British government. The Indian constitution framers made necessary changes in the parliamentary system based on the Indian situations. Now, after India got independence, the Indian freedom fighters realized that we will continue with the same system of government, that is parliamentary system, since India was familiar, or India knew how the government is functioning. And therefore, the people who made the constitution, they thought that we will not change system of government, we will keep it as parliamentary system, but only some few changes were made based on the Indian situation. So basically, system of parliamentary system of government has came, or we have got the idea from the British government. Now, discussions, deliberations are important part of the government. Now, what is discussions? As I said just now, all the public problems are discussed in the parliament. It could be problems related to jobs, people don't get food to eat, they don't have places to stay, they don't have proper rules and laws for them. Whatever problems they have, the most important part of the government is to discuss the problems in the parliament. And next is deliberations. Deliberation means all the important to think over any one important topic is called as deliberation. So discussion and deliberation is an important part of the parliamentary form of government. So without discussions, without deliberation, deliberation means to think over any one topic deeply, to discuss any one topic very deeply, that is called deliberation. So discussions and deliberations are important part of the parliamentary form of government. Without discussions, without deliberations, the parliament cannot work. So discussions and deliberations are important part of the parliamentary form of the government. Questions related to public welfare are discussed in the legislature. So whatever problems the people are facing all over the country, these problems or questions are discussed in the legislature. Members of the opposite party can take part in discussions. As I said in the last video, the majority political party who wins elections, they become, or they are the one who actually runs the country. So the other party who has lost the election, even they can participate in the discussions and point out the shortcomings in the policies, laws put by up arguments and questions. Okay, so the people can discuss. For example, if any new rule has to come up in the country of India, a lot of discussions are done on that particular rule. A lot of shortcomings, what are the negative points, positive points of any new rule that is going to come up. Everything is discussed very thoroughly in the legislature. This helps legislature to make proper laws. So whatever new rules and laws have to be made for the country of India, lot of discussions have to be made in the parliament. So therefore, discussions and deliberations are important part of the of the Indian parliament. Okay, so this is how discussions take place of various problems all over the country. So let's summarize what we have learned fast. We have learned the functions of parliament and why India adopted parliament system of the government. So I stop here and will continue the next part of the lesson in the next video. I hope the video is clear to you. I request all of you to please watch the video and solve the assignment test. Thank you.